This looks just like the 1202, but this is the 385 1210 2990. This machine, like I said, on the inside looks a lot like that 1202, but it's only a zigzag and straight machine. When I first grabbed it, it was very stiff, and the hand wheel would barely wiggle like this, and this down here for the hook, this didn't move at all. So the reason I had to open it up is to get access to the back here to check the gears and apply penetrating fluid to the front and back of the shaft here so that this could get freed up for the machine to turn. It also had the rattling noise. Once I got this freed, it rattled because this bar was stuck on the feed dogs, so that's been freed up. And it also rattled because the reverse slide was sticky, and since this lever is spring-loaded, it would stick out and then snap back in to hit the cam that drives the feed dogs there. So that was all the stuff that got settled in on this Kenmore. One other thing, when I took this machine apart, it had a bar right here, and this is the part of the machine where this is the part of the case where the lift lever goes for the presser foot. And the 1202, that bar is missing, so I cut that out. And on a lot of these machines, when I service them, I cut this bar out of the way because it makes it so much easier to put the case back on. Because now we can set this down, flip the handle up out of the way, and when we slide things in, there, we can just get that lever in the case lickety-split. This case also is a little bit older than the 1202 case was, because instead of having the straight split down the side, it's got the end panel here. But it's otherwise pretty much the same machine, very similar case. It's got a couple more hidden screws to clamp the two sides of the case together. But same deal. I'm gonna put this one back together and give it a test. This machine doesn't have a cam stack in it. It just has the zigzag cam. So there's no secret stitches in this machine. It has a left, center, right needle position, the stitch length selector, and then a stitch width dial. So, and I'm putting the front of this case on, and we're doing the same thing as the 1202, working our way around to all of the clamp screws that hold the case together. Not forgetting this secret screw through the hole in the bottom, which this machine has a separate base, so you could take the bottom off and just look at that screw and reach right in there to do it, but now, one thing that is different about this machine is that, unlike that 1202, this machine has knobs that have to come off to get the front case off. So, let me throw a couple more screws back in here. And peer in and get the clamp screw that's deep in here. Let's stick our together. So these knobs, the cross pins here, there's a short side and a long side. So the knob goes on short side to long side, and this length dial turns much further than the dial lets it go, because this dial itself, and I just flipped it back the wrong way. I need to, there. Short side here. There we go. Because the back side of that dial, if they had put more mechanics in this machine, this dial would rotate to a stretch stitch marker on the back side if this machine had been built with a cam stack in it. This is the left, center, right selector, and my needle's currently centered, so we'll just pop that on. And then the stitch width selector here has these two holes in it, and those go on to these outer two spaces. And then when you push it in, there's a spring that goes behind this that I did not put in. When you push it in, it connects to a ratchet, but when you pop it out, it lets you stitch and manually change your width. So let me actually clean this shaft and so that this dial can pop in and out freely. And then it was held on with a C-clip. So there we go. That. Spring goes on. I have to hold it in place to get this clip on. There. And I apparently need a dab of oil in these holes so that this dial will pop in and out. You push it in and it gets your width locked in, and then when it's popped out, you get the free motion there. There we go. Now the cover pops on, and there's a spot right here on the dial to pop that off with a screwdriver. Alright, I'll be back after I finish getting this put back together. Alright, just like the 1202, we got that piece oiled up, covers are back on, and it's not making the horrible banging noises as it was earlier when the feed dogs were stuck and the reverse was all gummed up.